Hey WWE fans, be sure to check out the RCWR show live Monday nights on youtube.com/the RCWR show at 11:15 p.m. Eastern after WWE Raw for full fallout and review along with great live fan reactions.
Speaking of tasty beverages, and shout out to our good friend Joe Rodriguez. I'm actually going to be talking to him later this week because he actually was there in Boston at the TD Garden for Money in the Bank, and I'm actually going to be chatting up with him about his whole experience. We'll have that be available for you guys maybe later this week. I don't know. We'll let you know, but it's so funny. We see this ridiculous segment with Santino Marella, and he's like, this is the life. I'm enjoying myself, and I have food and drinks, but, well, no, I don't really think I have the right drinks. I don't know what to do. And basically, I don't know if that's how the commercial went. I'm just winging it. Work with me, folks. And basically, we see Adam Rose pop.
Actually, you're doing better than
Okay, great. And we see Adam Rose pop up, and he's like, basically, hey, man, I got you hooked up. I got your hookup right here, man. Here, what's this? It's Twisted Iced Tea. And so I'm like just doing some stuff on the computer, and I hear Twisted Iced Tea, and it's not really registering in my head. I'm like, oh, okay, it's some lame-ass bootleg Diet Snapple or whatever. Okay, that's fantastic. And I just keep doing my thing. And then I look up, and then I look at the shape of the bottle, and I'm like, because I'm a Smirnoff guy, okay? I like hard liquor, but when I know I need to get up for work the next day, Titus, I like to have those nice, you want to be my friend, get me a blueberry or a raspberry Smirnoff. Give me a couple of cases of those. I will love you. You're like my best friend. I'm thinking, wait a minute, that bottle is shaped like a Smirnoff. Well, what's going on right here? Our good buddy Joe Rodriguez, we were like, wait a minute, is that alcohol that WWE is plugging now? And Joe was like, yeah, I sell it at my bar, man. That's booze. And so, wow, WWE. So let me see if I got this straight. You got the whole PG rating, right? And yet you're plugging booze, and you don't even have common freaking decency to put some type of a fine print at the bottom that says drink responsibly, please be over the age of 21. You don't even have Santino or freaking Adam Rose who comes out, a big, colorful, cartoonish character, if you will, kind of has this whole Mad Hatter type of gimmick going on, meets Willy Wonka, as somebody had pointed out. You got the freaking bunny, you got all these weird, colorful people coming out, whoa, tour bus, all that crap, right? You don't even have Adam Rose say, please, folks, be over 21, drink responsibly, make sure that you make it a good, safe 4th of July holiday from all of us here at WWE, and on behalf of whatever the fuck that that thing is. Okay?
I'm gonna take you further. Because I expected Hornswoggle, the cute little to walk out. My 10-year-old, I'm on my recliner chair taking my notes, and I'm going, what the fuck? You're putting on alcohol? My 10-year-old goes, no, Dad, it's just hard lemonade. Son, hard lemonade, hard. Hard is alcohol. Alcohol is adult. Hard. He goes, oh, I thought it was just, like sour lemonade, Dad. And your point is exactly, Lee. You got 10-year-olds all across the country going, oh, cool, hard lemonade. It's just lemonade. Yeah. And you're right. There wasn't a frickin' warning of any kind. First off, you take a moment, a segment that could have gone to promoting somebody. No, you decide to promote booze. We can't have steel chair shots to the head. Can't have intentional blading and so forth. We don't need blood, but we can have booze.
Yeah.
Tonight for me was a mixed bag of ridiculousness, because from here we go to the return of Vince McMahon on Raw, and oh no, it wasn't Vince McMahon, it was Vince McSandow. And yet Stephanie McMahon talking about making fun of my father, the guy who invented wrestling. But gee, wasn't it just the summer of 2006 and Triple H was walking around doing the exact damn thing? Mm-hmm. So you had all these contradictions throughout the night, and if it wasn't for about 3 moments, and we'll talk about these moments in a moment, 3 moments, this whole night was really subpar. you had this alcohol beverage thing was really kind of nuts and kind of offensive in my aspect, being that I'm not against booze. I like a good drink myself.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there with a 10 and a 7-year-old watching Monday Night Raw, and what are we headed to the return of an Attitude Era or not? I don't know.
Two-part question for you with regards to booze as we close it out with how WWE handled that segment. And if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, they did that segment like right around, was it like 9:30 to 10 p.m. we saw that segment?
Might be about right.
Okay, so I got a two-part question for you. If they would have showed that segment after 11:01 p.m., would that had been a little bit more smoother, been a little bit more easier for folks watching? Because at this point, the kids are asleep. Even if school's out for summer, the kids are probably going to be sleeping right about at that time. And then the second part to the question is, would it have been better had they showed that particular commercial exclusively on the WWE Network for the following reasons? Number one, I'm hearing reports that in the very near future, WWE is strongly going to be looking into advertisers for the WWE Network. It's going to kind of get like the Hulu Plus type of treatment, basically. All right, so I don't know about you, but seeing as how there's so many paying customers, okay, there's no 14-year-old that's going to be like, I have a credit card and I'm going to go order the WWE Network. No, it's pretty much the adults that are ordering this and they're checking it out. Would it suffice to see that commercial during a Raw commercial break exclusively on the network and maybe for the app?
For me, I'm going to answer both questions real easy. The time frame, I think that segment, because it wasn't a commercial, it was a segment during Monday Night Raw, was completely wrong from top to bottom. I don't care what time it was, because a segment in wrestling should be a segment on wrestling.
Okay.
In the end, you were right. There was no sort of drink responsibly,
Nope.
B21.
Nope.
You want to run these guys are trained professionals. Don't try this at home, but have a beer, kid.
Yeah.
I think I would have been completely fine with it, still with a warning of some sort on the network. 100% fine. I look at 3 hours of Raw that you need 3 hours because you need to push your talent. And you're not pushing Adam Rose and you're not pushing Santino Marella. What are you doing? You're pushing booze. You're paying for an advertiser.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Pushing booze.
It's past midnight now. In all honesty, it made WWE look like a money-grabbing whore.
Yeah.
That's honestly how it made them look. Would you be surprised if in the next coming days, couple of weeks, those parent communities, advocate groups and all that, if they all rally up and they send a memo to WWE blasting them for that segment?
I may have been more accepting of it if they would have separated, with some sort of drink. I keep going back to it, but drink responsibly. Make sure you're 21. We watch the commercials about being safe and not doing this at home to do professional wrestling. They're trained athletes. They're trained to do this. They get hurt for big dollars. We should have had something there, and I probably wouldn't have been as torqued off.
So, but do you see the parent advocate groups?
And they will. And should they know? They shouldn't. They shouldn't. I'm not. And I relate in many ways to that side of the aisle. However, we don't need. The last thing we need is protests, and I'm so over that. We just need some common sense. And Stephanie McMahon, the chief of brand officer, she's responsible for this brand. She's responsible to make this brand work for her 3 daughters. And we all know the stories that came out a couple weeks ago that Vince fired the head writer and Vince has taken over the lead segment. That's why you get potty humor with Stephanie throwing up on Vicky a few weeks ago, and you get the pool full of Dookie in last week's show. Potty humor. That's Vince. Vince probably sat back watching that segment and laughed his ass off. Thought it was damn funny. He needs to remember that segment. He got 3 little granddaughters that needs to be, you need a little more responsible, But I digress.